Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Movie Gauge. I'm your host, Austin Gage, and this week we're going to be talking about World War Z. World War Z is this summer's zombie movie blockbuster. It seems like we have one almost every year, but every time they try and do something differently. This time, the man making the attempt is Mark Foster. He is the director of this movie, and in the past he's done movies such as Stranger Than Fiction and Quantum of Solace. Brad Pitt is both the star and the producer of this movie, which means he is clearly invested in how well this movie does. From an acting standpoint, Brad Pitt does a perfectly fine job. He plays the part of a loving father who only wants his wife and children to survive the zombie apocalypse. And he does a pretty good job at it. You believe that he cares for his family while simultaneously believing that he has the capabilities to save the world. The direction of this movie, done by Mark Foster, is not done poorly either. He does a good job at keeping the pacing of the movie moving quickly, and that's necessary in most action films today. As far as close-up fighting choreography, he doesn't do the best job. Sometimes the camera gets a little bit shaky and it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. But when he's far away, Mark Foster does a great job of having the wide-angle shots of the zombies out in masses, and it's terrifying to watch, and you really feel like you're in the middle of the apocalypse. Now, I want to take a second to talk about the flesh-eating, brain-dead creatures known as zombies that our culture knows and loves so well. The zombies in this movie, when grouped in their masses of thousands, are terrifying. There are certain scenes where the group of zombies takes over a city in the matter of minutes and leave pretty much no survivors. They are super fast, they are super strong, and they are ruthless, and that really works for this film. In a movie called World War Z, it really sets the stakes at a very high level and makes it seem like humans are losing this battle. But when the director and the scriptwriter make the decision to have a scene in which a single zombie is face to face with Brad Pitt, the whole audience laughs, and I'll tell you why. The zombies, which in groups are very scary, when isolated seem a little silly. This one particular zombie spends its time staring blankly into the air around it and going and as you can imagine, the whole audience laughs because that is simply not scary. Luckily, there is only one or two of those scenes, and the rest of the scenes involving zombies are in large masses, and so the stakes are still felt high, and you're still nervous for Brad Pitt and the rest of humanity, and you're not really sure if they're going to come out on top. The science to the zombie apocalypse and why it happened in the first place is completely swept under the rug in this film. The directors and the scriptwriters kind of seem to decide that it's not really important. What's important is that the zombies are already here and that humanity is having to fight its way through them in order to survive. As far as the script goes, the stakes are kept high throughout, but there are some laughs that are had, and there are some very emotional moments to be had as well. The characters are pretty developed. You do care about what happens to the people that you're watching, and that is not always the case in a lot of zombie film. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but it is fun, and you have a good time, and you get to go see zombies. And if that's all you're looking for this weekend, then please go out and see World War Z. And that's all I have for the review this week. Join me next week as I review The Heat, starring Sandra Bullock and Jenny McCarthy. I hope to see you there. Thanks. Bye.